you keeping this up here?
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, what about that? You want to get that out of the way too? Bro?
I couldn't decide.
Alright.
Because I just kind of want
Yeah, just sip on it, but put it in between your legs and there's alligator hands. Alright. Hello and welcome to Mastering Mediocrity Music Edition. This is where we review albums of our choosing.
Yep.
Hopefully with some relevance to musical taste or current events.
Yeah.
And in the case of this one,
brings us to Backstreet Boys.
Why?
Because they are they're going to be doing a residency in Las Vegas. It was announced a couple of weeks ago when we originally wanted to do this episode.
How long of a residency are we talking?
Because it's only a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Like a couple of months, maybe 2 months or something. It's very short.
That was what I thought. And it's for their Christmas edition, I believe.
So, yeah.
I'm not 100% on that. I'm pretty sure it was.
I remember hearing all this at the time when they announced it, but it's been so long.
It has been. It's been longer than we intended. There was multiple sicknesses amongst both of our families and ourselves.
Yeah.
Resulting in a delay in production.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about this album,
All right.
Ben Hameen.
All right. So, Jeff, we're going to go back to August 30th,
Transport
1997. Let's see. What do we got here? A young Jeff and Ben have just started 6th grade. Do you remember what we were doing in 6th grade?
Oh, my God.
I don't.
Probably just recently discovered masturbation.
For sure. Ruined my life.
I mean, men everywhere are like, why did I ever discover this?
Oh, yeah.
But obviously, there are evolutionary purposes to that.
Oh, yeah, Jeff. All right, so let's see. What do we got? Number one song on the Billboard is Mo Money, More Problems. Mo Money. I couldn't have said that whiter.
Mo Money, Mo Problems.
Mo Money, Mo Problems. Notorious B.I.G.
Great song.
Mace, Puff Daddy, Mace. Unsung hero of the 90s.
How come?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because he was just like part of that B.I.G. Puffy crew who were like hot for fucking 4 years.
Yeah. There was definitely a period of time where they were making the music.
Oh, yeah.
Dance music. Yeah, it was all in the, any dance we were at, them. And then Usher was huge.
Oh, yeah.
Backstreet Boys. NSYNC.
Yeah.
They're all there.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so, Tub Thumping.
Yes.
Tub Thumping.
My first album.
Yeah. I remember you.
Fushu Mang.
I remember you showed me that. You brought it over to my house.
I got it for Christmas.
On a CD.
Yeah.
And we listened to it on my CD player because that's what you had to do at the time.
Did you have like multiple CDs at this point already? Because it was literally Stain Dysfunction and Fushu Mang, which I wouldn't want to say couldn't be too terribly more different because they are fairly related. It's hard, one's pop rock and one's hard rock, but
yeah,
for those to be my first two, it's telling.
What I don't remember what my first CD was, but it was I know at the time I had like a couple of Weird Al CDs and like a ZZ Top and Aerosmith big ones.
That doesn't surprise you. Yeah, that was parental influences for sure.
Yeah, and then I can't believe that shit.
What's that?
Hold on. Should I just leave this here?
Yeah, I like having my laptop on my lap. Once I bring it into the mix, it's probably going to stay with me.
I feel you. All right, anyway. Okay, it says they're going to be doing a 12-show residency in Las Vegas this winter. And so I thought it'd be appropriate to go back and take a look at their debut album.
Absolutely. An
album that debuted at 29 in the U.S., peaked at number 4, which was surprising to me. I thought for sure that it would have gotten to number 1.
I'm surprised by that as well.
And has been certified 14 times multi-platinum. That's like 13.5 million units.
Is that just like the difference between then and now? I mean, selling 14 million albums... And they don't even like track that anymore, do they?
I don't. Lana Del Rey probably sold like 7, but had like fucking 50 million streams.
Yeah, it's all streams. It's all hits on Spotify.
I'm sorry. I know you're watching, Lana.
Yeah. If she ever watches this, good for us.
Please do something
good
else.
for us.
Do something else with your day.
Yeah. Please do. Surely you have something. Surely you have something better than this.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So anyways,
to the meat and potatoes?
Yeah, let's get to it, buddy.
All right, why don't you intro the song and tell me how you feel.
All right, so I don't have like initial impressions with this because, as you know, I was a big Backstreet Boys fan. Not big.
Like,
I liked the songs that were popular.
You listened to them.
Yeah, my sister had the CDs. I wouldn't say I listened to the album all the way through, but for most of these songs, I've heard them before. So it's like I don't have an initial impression. So
you're not,
with that in mind,
you don't have an uneducated bias. You have a learned ear.
I'm very biased to enjoy these bias,
but not an uneducated one. I'm saying you have an opinion, whereas for me, I've heard the hits, but I've not. There are songs that I've just not heard ever. Yeah. This is very new to me.
Yeah, there's songs on here that I had never heard before for sure.
Okay.
But
let's go for it.
Let's do it. And so once again, we're going off what Spotify said is their debut album. This album is weird. It was released in Germany in 1996 with like a couple of tracks less than what was released later that year to the U.S.
Wikipedia does not confirm this, so there's some controversy. I don't get it. Yeah.
But we're going with what Spotify says was released in 1996, which Wikipedia says was released in 1997,
and had several different songs.
Yeah.
So. I have other songs that because I went to Wikipedia after I noticed that Everybody, which
Backstreet's back.
Yeah, Backstreet's back, and to me that says second album or third album or fourth album. It doesn't matter. They're returning from something.
Yeah, they're returning from Germany.
I guess so, because
they're coming over with David Hasselhoff.
The journey has not begun yet. But it has, apparently. So Spotify Music, if you want, I did other research. So Wikipedia doesn't have Everybody. Amazon Music does not have Everybody. So pick your flavor. We're going with Spotify because we're fans. And they don't support the show.
No.
But maybe someday they will.
Give us that Joe Rogan money.
Oh, man. They're like, here's 50 million cents, which is still a lot of money. I would take it any day.
They gave us $12 for this.
Spotify, if you're listening, any of you low-level execs, if you can afford $12...
$15.
Send it to our Patreon, which we have not yet set up. Have you even heard of Patreon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We've been living under a rock.
Yeah, okay. Let's go for it. So, first song.
All right, are we going to listen to them?
I don't think we need to listen to this one. We can, but let's know. This is a good song.
All right. So, the first song is We've Got It Going On.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to listen to them.
Yeah. It's so goofy, but that's how we're gonna do it. We should get an official click. That's our thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking about like a purple flag, just gonna let us know, like, hey, this is the beginning of a new section. We've got it going on.
Yeah, I would say. All right. What I give this? A 6.5 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's low.
It is, but I think it's a pretty good opening track. What do I got here? Firmly and clearly plants you in the 90s. Backstreet Boys' first music video.
Yeah.
Catchy hook, a little kazoo melody.
What was their first song on the radio in the United States? Did you get there?
I couldn't tell you.
I feel like this was the song.
Probably.
Yeah. They have
because it was their first video, so I'd imagine.
Yeah. And it specifically calls out radio edit on the album, which may indicate that it was originally intended for radio, and there might have been a track version. I'm not entirely certain, but
Gotcha.
I gave this one an 8 out of 10, and when I look back at the other songs, I think it's justified.
I think this could be a 7.
Okay, yeah, it's not too terribly far off.
No, 7 maybe, but
I think the thing that I liked about this song, and if it really was their first release, and even if it wasn't their first release, it was certainly based off of the songs that are on here, the second or third one.
Sure.
More than likely. I remembered this song, obviously, had an impact on me. I remembered it immediately. And I just love the declaration. Like, we're good. And we know we're good, and we're going to prove to the entire world that we're good.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they got really catchy melodies and catchy hooks and all that sort of shit.
Absolutely.
Up next, track 2.
Track 2?
Oh, yeah, I did want to say, I thought that song could have been a Michael Jackson song. I don't know why. There's something about it.
Absolutely.
I don't
There's
know if it's
just like, kind of that little extra.
I don't know if it's a 90s dance vibe. Not 90s dance, because that makes you kind of sound like you're in that actual dance scene. But, you know, like that kind of pop dance, you know, where everybody's all synchronized.
Yeah.
Dance.
There's definitely influences there.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. Track 2. Quit Playing Games with My Heart. I don't need to listen to this song again. I've heard this song probably a fucking 1,000 times in my life. This is a great song.
You probably danced to it.
I say this is a
dozen times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
There's no way it does.
If not at school dances. What?
I haven't been to that many dances.
You don't think you've been to a dozen?
No. Once we went to high school, I didn't really go to as many. I went to a few, but some of us skipped prom our senior year.
Yeah. Some of them.
Some of us did.
I won't say what I was about to say about myself. Yeah. So what'd you give it?
I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, which is hilarious because I just said this is a great song. But like I'm like fucking ruthless with my grading, apparently.
I think you were a lot nicer to Bloody Hammers. Yeah, which we're probably not going to release, but
I say great song, great harmonies, great handoffs and vocal flourishes and sections to like let the guys spread their wings. That's how I say it. Like,
yes.
It's like kind of like the previous song, AJ. I do know their names. Had that little part where you.
I know a couple of them, and then there's like some that bleed into like Nick Carter, AJ.
I don't know all their last names. But
yeah.
Like, was it Nick, Kevin, Howie, AJ, and whichever one I did.
And I can't tell them by voice. I barely can tell them by face. AJ is the like kind of creepster one.
I guess, yeah.
If you're like the thin, yeah. And then Carter is the blonde, and then I don't know the other three.
Brian, Kevin, Howie.
Yeah. Howie. One's got a very square, manly jaw.
I would say that would be Kevin.
Okay.
And then Brian was, to me, Brian was always like the leader of the group.
Really?
Yeah, but they seemed less leader, like Justin Timberlake.
Did anyone go solo besides Nick?
Not really.
They may have attempted to.
Yeah, I think AJ,
never.
Yeah,
made
not even to the level of Joey Fatone.
Good point.
I mean, he's like the fucking voice of Price is Right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he like does the "Come on down, I'm Joey Fatone."
I was not aware. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's great.
I don't know.
Good for him.
I'm gonna Google that.
I'm sure he makes a disgusting amount of money to do that voice. It's just maybe it's less than we think it is, but also at the same time more. So while you're researching that, though, I put that the only thing that this song suffers from is that it's a song about heartbreak, which in my life I can't actually relate to anymore because I have a perfectly blessed life. And maybe at the time it was a lot more relevant. Couple decent breakups. But I didn't love those girls. Well, we were like 14 and 15. And then from 17 on, basically, besides one event that was my fault, I've been together with my wife. So, in any case, I just thought it had great 90s vibe.
Oh yeah.
And I can't really express how much I like this song. I really enjoy it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Yeah. I did. It's just
no shame in that.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's their best song on the album.
No, I don't agree.
Which one? Okay, well we'll find out which one. We'll find out.
We're coming up to it.
Okay.
Not the next one, but
fair enough. I can't wait to find out which one you think is the best.
Okay, track number 3.
I hope I hate it.
Okay. Track number 3 is "As Long as You Love Me."
As long as
I don't need to listen to that one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So what do you want to say about it?
I gave it 9 out of 10.
You gave that one?
Yeah. I said it has always been a favorite of mine. Haven't listened to it in years, and I still remember every little part, every like mid-verse like vocal flourish, and they're like or whatever the fuck. I remembered all of them. I was just like, Jesus Christ, I haven't listened to this song in 10 years.
Okay, so I had definitely reviewed that song. I think I gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
Out of 10.
Well,
it is a good song. It's an iconic song.
Yeah.
And that it probably has one of the greatest interchanges of all their voices.
Like when they hand off like to the next
person. Great harmonies in it.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good too. The song feels great in your soul.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. To me, it just doesn't have the provenance that
the provenance.
Yeah, it's a word.
Isn't that the word they use in like
I think I associate. Yes, yeah. When it's something that has like a history.
Yeah.
I just think "Quit Playing Games with My Heart" is a song that a lot of people dance to, and maybe "As Long as You Love Me" did, but it doesn't have the dance rhythm.
No.
A slow dance rhythm is what I'm saying. Probably just as many people dance to it in general.
Sure.
But slow dancing, that's where I think that's why I think that's "Quit Playing Games with My Heart" is the 9 out of 10 on this album.
Okay.
But hey, great song. You can't go wrong. Like you put that song on around your wife or any 90s woman and they're just going to be like, "Oh, yeah.
As Long as You Love Me?"
Yeah.
You can put that song on around me.
That's what we're saying. That's why we're here.
I will get wet.
I think that's a medical condition.
That's what Shapiro says.
Oh, shit. That's great. Okay. Give me song number 4.
All right, song number 4 is Everybody. This is the controversial song.
Yeah, I didn't review this one either.
Backstreet's Back, which is a shame because this is the fucking best song on the album.
And if I had reviewed it, I would have agreed with you.
Yeah. So this one I gave it 9 out of 10 too.
They hit notes. It's not like insane notes, but
no, it's this song. It's just that this song is so fun.
It's so fun. Yeah,
it's so fun.
And like I think I remember even as myself, a teenager in the '90s, listening to the song, and like Backstreet Boys even after just the few songs that they released, when they released this one, they were already cliche. They'd already like hit all the boy band tropes. And they came out with this song, and you couldn't help but love it.
Yeah, it was the video helped because it was like they were all dressed up in their Halloween costume, or not, but done really well.
Yeah,
movie quality, and they're all sitting there dancing, doing like Thriller moves.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure they did. You remember MTV had that making the music video or something? Sure.
Was that VH1?
Or it was.
I think they had. We'll have to.
It was one of the two. But I'm pretty sure they did a behind the scenes or making of for that video, and I like watching because I always love that shit. Not just Backstreet Boys, just like that behind the scenes stuff.
Very big into the makings of
and man, I just love that song. It was like, I think that video helped push it up.
Yeah.
And help push them to whatever that next level. Even though they had already
peak MTV.
Exactly.
Peak MTV. I mean, I'm sure that it was number 1 on the Carson Daly Show.
I'm sure.
For weeks running.
Total Request Live.
Was that it?
Yeah,
it wasn't the Carson.
It wasn't the Carson.
Does he have it?
I mean, I think he had like.
Did I just make that shit up?
I think he had like a night show.
The Daily Show.
Yeah.
Clearly.
The Carson Daily Show.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
You can't listen to that song and not just have feelings for it.
Yeah, I mean, I sent snaps of me singing it when I was listening to it, getting ready for this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Good song.
Yeah.
I wish I had reviewed it so that I could tell you the nuances that I felt about it. But I mean, I know the song.
Yeah.
And that's like I was saying, I can tell you that it's a great song and would be the best song on the album because just listening to the lyrics in my head and everything that it surrounded it.
Yeah.
It was good.
I feel ya. All right, track 5 is All I Have to Give. Do you need to listen to this one?
No, I don't think we need to listen to this one either.
All right. I gave this a 6 out of 10. I said it's a perfectly fine pop love song. Is the victim of some of the worst grammar in pop music. Specifically the line he says, does his gifts come from the heart? You know, instead of just like, do his gifts come from the heart? It's like, does his gift? I don't know why. It's one of those things.
I do need to listen to this song. Okay, so song number 5?
Yeah.
Is
All I Have to Give.
Tell me your feelings.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it's better than that.
You think?
Because this was the other song that people danced to.
I suppose.
And it wasn't nearly as good as Quit Playing Games with My Heart.
Yeah. That's fair. I'll give you.
Which I gave it 9. And what'd you give it?
6, I think.
You Quit Playing Games with My Heart? Surely you didn't give it that low.
Oh, no,
I'm already forgetting.
7.5.
7.5. And now you're giving...
All I Have to Give 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty critical.
I don't think I think this one is just like a little bit lacking. I think those grammar mistakes are fucking killer.
Grammar mistakes. They say, what?
Does his gifts come from his heart? And then does his friends get all your time?
And
all
it
they
should
need to
be
be say is do. Do his gifts come from the heart? Do his friends get all your time? They're both one-syllable words. It would take nothing to somebody like this producer in the booth. Hey, AJ, can you just say do? Can we try this one more time with you saying do his friends get all your time? We're just going to compare them. Just so you can see that you sound like a fucking idiot.
You've convinced me to drop it to a 6.5 out of 10. I'm just going to give it to you for the sake of that.
Fair enough.
Good slow dance song.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, again, that gives it the provenance. Makes it better than maybe the whole of the song is. It's not great.
It's not bad.
But it's not bad.
No, perfectly average or slightly above average pop song.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Perfectly.
Summarizes what they are.
Yep.
Not bad, not good.
Nope.
7.
Yep. Track 6.
5. Track 6, give it to me.
Track 6 is Anywhere for You.
Anywhere for
I'd have to listen to this one again to like really give in-depth coverage, but based on what I've said here, I said this is the song you'd send to your girlfriend in the day, or this is the song you'd send to your girlfriend back in the day when your relationship is ending and you're trying your best to express yourself, but you can't because you're a prepubescent preteen and you just really want her to know you'd do anything for her. I gave it a 5 out of 10.
I gave it a 5 out of 10 too. It was like where all I have to give is like the summary of Backstreet Boys, which
like all the things
7
they
out of
do
10.
well, but it's not like great or whatever.
Yeah, and like I know I had an initial response to the song. It's the beginning of the song. I just said the start of the song is complete garbage, I know why I do. It was just bad, and then this particular song doesn't stand well with the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it had some weird elements that just didn't hit me right.
Yeah, honestly, if
didn't
I'm starting to give you like 5s, I'm not digging it.
Yeah.
Because if I think your song's average or obviously below average, I'm not going to come back to it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to this song again.
No.
Needs no more attention.
No. Number 7
Let's go for it.
Hey, Mr. DJ.
I need to listen to this one. Give it to me. What track we on?
We're on track 7. Hey, Mr. DJ, keep playing this song. This is one I didn't really listen to growing up, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. I gave it a 6 out of 10, which is like just slightly above average. But it's like I think it's another one of those potential Michael Jackson songs. Could have been Michael Jackson songs. And to me, I hear like these 90s elements that would become what we know as today as like EDM dance music.
Okay.
There's like, you just hear these like little elements of what they use a lot of today. It might just be like a sound here or there, or just like a real quick thing. But I don't know. I just think that's cool to go back and be like, oh, hey, the Backstreet Boys are. Not that I'm trying to say that the Backstreet Boys created or are pioneers in electronic dance music, but like, it's just cool to.
There were elements,
right? Like, just cool to see how, they were taking things from that dance scene.
But the same producer may have gone on to do other things, brought that sound, influenced the right people.
Right.
It was there.
Right.
And those people would have heard that sound regardless of whether or not they understand that they ingested it and internalized it and then used it somewhere else.
Right. Like, I don't know. I think that stuff's cool to go back and.
Yeah, I thought it was garbage.
See. Yeah.
I thought that song was garbage.
Yeah, overall, it's not like a great song. I think the chorus is kind of catchy, but otherwise, it's not like knock your socks off.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
It's another one. I don't.
I mean, you don't have to change it on my account.
Maybe a 4, too.
That's fine.
I didn't review it earlier, and sometimes I've found that listening to a song twice makes it better.
For sure.
That one just initially has that weird little and then the hand
maraca,
not the maraca, the cymbal, hand cymbal,
like a tambourine.
Jesus, see, this is just like, why am I reviewing music? The tambourine, I hear the tambourine in there. I don't know, it's simple. I didn't like it. That's fine.
That's fair.
I'll give it another listen someday and be like, oh yeah, it's a good song.
It doesn't sound like you. It sounds like you're even going to give it another shot.
Probably not. Not that song.
All right.
There are other songs.
All right. Number 8. I'll never break your heart. Man, that's a promise I made to you years ago, and here we are. 35 years old, sitting up in my stairs. You didn't even realize I was telling you that.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
I'm just laughing with you.
Pouring my heart out to you.
What did you say?
I can't even tell you now. You're just going to have to rewatch it.
All right, just tell me that. All right. Song number 7.
Go ahead.
I'll never break your heart.
What'd you think? Let's hear it.
It's I'm worried about what I gave it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
And I think maybe it's because of where it's placed.
I think it should be higher on the album.
I think they should have put it earlier in the album, and they should have put Quit Playing Games with My Heart later in the albums, because Quit Playing Games, to me, would have been a great, like, second to last song.
Like late album banger.
Late album banger, yes. And you take this song, when you're listening to it straight, like I did this past time, with no, like, real relevant recent time of listening. And I know that I'll Never Break Your Heart is, like, the slow dance song that happened. And I know that it can't be replaced by any other song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
It's just terribly, terribly iconic.
Sure.
But I think that's the problem with the song, is that it is just so ubiquitous that it can't transcend itself. I don't know. You can't, like, go... To me, you can't go back and say, like, that song's amazing.
Okay.
Whereas everybody... You can.
I feel ya.
But perhaps lyrically and musically, it is a great song.
Maybe.
I
gave it a 7 out of 10 too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think it's a great song.
Yeah.
What was that? Was this the song that I say we, but I think it was like you, me, and Kyle, we all sang?
No. I don't know that I ever really...
Song.
I don't know that I ever really joined in on singing Backstreet Boys songs.
I said I really like this song, but I always thought it would be a better Boyz II Men song, because they have those like low bass spoken parts, and you're like, man, this really needs. I wish I knew that cat's name, but like the Boyz II Men guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There are some elements of that. Interestingly enough, I said the same thing. I said I felt like this was a rip-off of Boyz II Men, who came out 2 years before them and had critical acclaim.
For sure.
And then this song is very much
Boyz II Men.
It has that same style.
Oh yeah.
And
Boyz II Men were great.
It's like Elvis. Let's steal the black man's music, make it our own, and make more money than those people did.
I can't comment on how much money they made, but I doubt they didn't make it their own. They just, we're gonna sing this like a couple of white guys from Orlando, and they should have let Boyz II Men sing it.
Yeah, like
it's still a good song, but I think I'd love to hear the Boyz II Men version.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I think that would be better.
Let's contact some people.
I'll have my people get a hold of their people. Honey?
That's like, or like, are you just like, Jeff? Like, can you go? Yeah, okay. And then I'd be like, hey, Ben, why don't you contact some people? Yeah. All right, so if anybody knows both the managers for Boyz II Men and Backstreet Boys, and then whoever owns the song, like actually owns the song and is willing to allow it to be
Universal
licensed.
Music or something.
Yeah, it's likely. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I find that we definitely notice these things, so maybe we're not as tone deaf as I thought I was.
Well,
I respect your opinion.
Well, part of me thinks we are the same age, grew up in the same neighborhood,
listen to very similar music.
Yeah.
Are we even different?
We are the same person.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense that all my references, or musical 90s musical references, are ones that you would, at least get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you can't really live through the 90s without knowing Backstreet Boys and Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
Let me know if you went through the 90s and you don't know who either of those are, and why you're watching this video.
Yeah. All right, number 9, track 9 is a song called "Darlin'."
Oh God!
I give it a 3 out of 10.
Oof.
I said there's nothing wrong with this song.
Oh, there's plenty wrong with this song.
Se. There's like nothing wrong per se.
No, you gave it a 3 out of 10, and you're telling me there's nothing wrong. Okay, I haven't listened to your full.
I'm saying like the singing's fine. It's not like they're singing off rhythm or out of tune. The song just doesn't need to be there. We got a cat and wants out.
That's fine. No, he can
just leave this out.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm gonna wait for you to come
live
back.
TV.
Podcast style. Real life happens when you film at somebody's house and they have animals. Carmen. Alright, watch your glass there. Okay, so what did I say? I started off with, I really forgot how these guys kicked off the boy band tropes.
No way.
Well,
no way.
I mean, Boyz II Men obviously was a boy band.
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block. Even if you go to like the Beatles, you could argue that they were one of the original boy bands, ish. I'd have to go and look to see like who preceded them, but I mean the '80s was full of heavy metal hair bands. Yeah. I don't think a boy band.
I think of like
in this existence would have happened in the '80s.
Not in the same. I think of like Wham or like a Culture Club. Like those are. They're in the same vein. They're in the pop, the male pop singer umbrella. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't know if it's quite the same. But I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel you.
So, but that's what this song is. It's just boy band trope after boy band trope. It's cute. They do continue to showcase their talents in this song.
Sure. That's what I'm saying.
It's not a standout though. And it's like unnecessarily long. Did you see how it's all like?
No, I didn't.
It's like chorus after chorus after chorus, some transition, It's 5.5 minutes.
Ooh, rough.
And I listened to every single second of every single song when I listened to it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
They did nothing exciting.
Oh, yeah.
In some of their other songs, they introduce like a little bit of like a rap-ish beat.
Yeah.
Or they have like the like sexy intro. This might have the sexy intro.
Like
I didn't note it.
Breakdown or whatever. I mean, even if it did, it's
there's like a
10-second
they do something in there. Otherwise, way too long and not interesting whatsoever.
I feel you.
Yeah. 4 out of 10.
Oh, really? You gave it a 4? Okay.
I might relegate it lower.
Sure.
But 4 out of 10 was my initial response.
That's fair.
Because there's another song that comes after this in the Wikipedia.
Okay.
That is called "Let's Have a Party."
Okay.
And we're gonna listen to it right now.
Oh, we're gonna.
You need to hear this song.
All right, so this is like song.
Maybe we will play like
9A.
Yeah. Well, this was like whatever Wikipedia said. It came after "Darling."
Okay.
"Darlin'," and
which is like pretty dumb way to.
And it's not in the Spotify version, but
okay.
I went and looked it up, and it had the cover album of the first one.
I feel you. All right, let's hear it.
Okay, let's have a party.
Let's have a party.
They switched gears here.
Yeah,
if this is actually part of the album,
they totally changed that up.
They totally changed it up.
It's like it almost has like a reggae jam,
Caribbean-ish sound.
Yeah.
I think whoever took lead, and you just told me it was Nick. It to me it sounds like he got kicked in the nuts really hard before he sang this verse.
Because he was probably 15 when he was singing this verse.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Which is funny. I bring that up in a later song.
His voice or just
how old he is.
Okay.
But yeah. That's why.
What was your impression? You listened to about 2 minutes. You went through the rap verse on it, which
it's fine. It's like a white guy's reggae, like a pop white guy reggae.
Which is to say that it's missing rhythm.
And yeah, it's like not very good.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad, but it's not like you're like, okay, I mean, you gave it a shot.
Yeah.
Leave it to the pros.
This song inspired me to go back and listen to Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time.
Oh yeah.
And
my girl wants to
party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
That's a great song too. I mean,
it's
it's like a passable song for celebrity.
So I thought, like, to me, this was a joke song.
No, like Rick James produced that song.
No, the Eddie Murphy song's great.
Yeah.
7.5 out of 10 for me. Any day, all day. It's iconic. It's silly in a good way.
Yeah.
This song is silly in a bad way.
Yeah, this is like the song you'd walk through the mall in the 90s, and then like the Backstreet Boys would be in the mall singing, because that's what would happen in the 90s. And like
they want to have that young
they'd be like,
hipster vibe. Yeah.
And you're just like,
no, I don't need this. 2.5 out of 10.
Oh,
I
really?
gave it a 2. I'd
give it like
I think
or a 4,
I
but
just
like, still not very high.
I thought it was embarrassing.
I feel ya. All right. Track number 10 is Get Down, You're the One for Me. I didn't put a rating for this one, but I said it's a surprisingly catchy song for the back half of a debut boy band album. And I said, interesting fact, this song was the debut single in some countries, so that makes sense that it was
like Germany or just certain ones.
Yeah, whatever.
I need to listen to this song as well.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's not surprising that it's actually a kind of a catchier back half song if they released it as a debut single.
Okay, this one, I should know it then.
Maybe.
Yeah, certainly I heard it. If they played it on the radio in some countries, then it had to have made the U.S. So now I'm very curious to know what I think about it.
I don't think so, but like give it a shot.
All right.
Give it
All right, Ben.
All right.
Back on track.
Which one are we doing? All right.
Which track?
You're talking about song number 10, Get Down. You're the one for me.
You're the one for me.
All right, what are your thoughts? Because I think I already gave mine.
Initial thoughts. I give this song a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
The problem with like finding things out is maybe I don't have a spine, maybe I lack fortitude, but now I want to change it. You know, like you said, this was a single.
The debut single in some countries.
Yeah, they put some
thought into it a little. Like, let's make this one, make sure it's catchy.
They thought it was a standout.
It was. It wasn't bad. It's nothing. It's not like it's not going to win like any awards.
No,
I don't think. But it's like a good.
My second listen through, I can see I was happier with it than the initial one. But my initial hit was, and again maybe song placement. This just feels like a summary of the rest of the album because it's not. I didn't feel like it was a standout.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
We'll come back to that point.
Sure.
At the end. All right, and so you gave it a what?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
A 6 out of 10.
Like I said, I still didn't give it a thing, but I would probably be about in that ballpark.
You didn't give it a rating. Is there a reason for that?
I think I just forgot.
Okay.
But it's like
give it down.
Like a 6 out of 10. I'd be somewhere around.
Was there another song that you just didn't? Did I force you into a rating? I don't think I did.
No.
The whole point of this is to give ratings. I'm gonna have to come back to you because I'm gonna spreadsheet all this stuff.
Okay.
And we're gonna give things final scores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Track number 11.
Yeah.
Set Adrift on Memory Bliss, a sort of cover, sort of reimagining of a PM Dawn song of this by the same name, Set Adrift on Memory Bliss.
So, elements taken from an original lyrically,
and some lyrics, yeah.
Some
of the lyrics.
So a true reimagination.
Yeah,
and then
it's not quite a cover. It's sort of a cover. It's like similar, but some of the words.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't. There was no credit given, and then maybe it's just missing from Spotify.
Yeah,
and if you,
I'm sure if we went into,
CDs. That was the great thing about CDs is. In the cover of the CD, you could go, you would find out
the liner notes and shit.
Who was the original producer? Did they? Who wrote original credits are given.
I gave that song a 5 out of 10. Ooh. I think it's an interesting song. I don't love it. It's, to me, like I was saying earlier about an earlier song in the album. It's one of those songs that takes where you hear elements of lo-fi. The song that you would probably know that like a lo-fi song standout would be like the theme to Portlandia. It's like a lo-fi style song where it's like all stripped down and like kind of staticky or whatever. So like you hear those lo-fi elements in this Backstreet Boys song that came out in 1996 or 97. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, that's fucking crazy. And it went on to be its own like genre base. You know what I'm saying? But it's on a Backstreet Boys pop album.
Yeah.
Pop album.
So there's like a nuance there that you had background to even allow yourself to consider. And when I heard it, all I got was like this melodic flow.
Yeah.
That is maybe a little bit absent in the rest of the album.
Okay.
It feels a little more...
Expand on that.
It feels a little bit more like you're being taken for... You're going on...
A musical journey.
But
a very slow, easy...
Yeah, you're going... You're on, like you're tubing on a lazy river.
I feel like we've used that.
Before.
We're not... Cat warning.
Cat warning. Even so, it's like you're going tubing down the river and it's taking you for the ride and you're part of the journey.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Portlandia's opening?
No.
We'll pull it up later. I'll show you. But
absolutely.
It's along those lines. It's that exact vibe.
Yeah, so I felt like it belonged in the album.
Yeah.
And it was still very much Backstreet Boys.
It's cool. I don't mind it.
Yeah, there's still that thing where like it's for you it's just still didn't deserve any higher than a 5 out of 10.
Because I knew it was a cover because that
yeah,
it was like very iconic 80s is like a very iconic I don't want to say maybe not 80s
too stolen 80s, for a mid 90s song
for that debut album because they use it in the Wedding Singer. I think I'm pretty sure that it's in The Wedding Singer somewhere. So it's like
that out.
A movie that we saw in theaters together it's like, oh, oh, like suddenly there's that melody again in a Backstreet Boys song. So to me, it kind of takes away from it, but just like the roots of other musical styles being there is cool. Okay. It makes up for the rest of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
6.5 out of 10 for me.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too far off.
Track number 12 is if you want to be a good girl, get yourself a bad boy, because of course it is.
Oh. All right, track me up. Where are we at?
We are on the last song. If you want to be a good girl, get yourself a bad boy.
Ooh.
I gave the song a 6 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little bit. It's slightly on the better side of the more average songs on the album.
Yeah.
You know.
That's how I felt about it.
Yeah. Since you aren't familiar with the band, or as familiar with the band as I am.
Sure.
You probably didn't notice that was Nick Carter singing most of those lyrics, which I find exceptionally funny.
He's the one that's more Michael Jackson oriented.
I guess.
Because there's definitely, sure. I mean, sure. If he were to like sit there in an interview and someone would say, like, how much
influence did Michael play on you, and he didn't say like some or quite a bit, you'd be very disappointed with that answer.
You'd be lying through his teeth.
I get you.
So he sings most of it.
He sings most of it. And I know I said don't pull up the lyrics, but I pulled up the lyrics.
There's one lyric.
There's a couple of lyrics in there. It says,
we had to have
if you really like it hot, get someone who hits the spot, honey. Oh, yes, which is fucking hilarious. And
I'm going to be disappointed if this second lyric that you've chosen isn't the one that...
I don't have a second lyric. Oh, and if you want to be jamming, got to get somebody slamming. If you want to get it done, then you got to get the one who's got it going on.
It suffers from literally cliche in itself.
Yeah, but he was like 15 or 16.
Vocally, it's great.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. He's just fine. But he's like 15 or 16 when he's singing this song, and it's like the sexualization of like kids in the music industry and like Holly weird.
There's a song.
Like, this song's like it's not graphic or anything, but you're just like this is like just a touch sexual.
A little bit much for
the age.
There's another song that they sing, and I don't know when.
Which sounds bad because we were that age once, and we talked like that. No, we didn't talk like that, but we were fucking.
There was things going on. Oh yes, we weren't. We were probably pretty normal, but it doesn't feel normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it probably was realistically. Yeah. Any 10 to 14-year-old with internet access that was relatively decent probably didn't have a very filtered life.
Well, especially in those years, like 98 to 2004.
Yeah,
it was like just the Wild West because the internet just come out.
There was nothing. There was nothing filtered though.
Yeah, it's not.
You could find what you wanted to find.
There were no parental controls.
When you typed something in that you were searching for, regardless of the consequences that your eyes were about to experience, and maybe even ears, it would pop up. It was there.
Yeah.
Didn't stream too terribly fast necessarily. No. You just wait a few minutes and it buffers.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I thought the vocals were great. I could tell it was Nick Carter because of the Michael Jackson thing,
I feel you.
And it was lyrically just not great at all. Yeah. But like you said, it's better. It's the best of the average songs.
Yeah.
Or at least one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Probably the best one.
Yeah. I feel
6 out of 10. I'm gonna give it like that 6.5 boost.
Oh.
Ooh. Because it is better than the average.
It's a good closer.
Yeah. It's upbeat.
Yeah. I don't want to say it leaves you wanting more because that just like plays into the dirtiness of the song.
Okay, so now, shall we hit the summary of this album?
Yeah.
Where are you at with this?
Overall, I would give it. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
The first half of the album, I think, is stellar.
Yes.
And then
yes.
Just give me your a number out of 10.
As a summary of
just the number in like a quick 1 or 2 sentences, like I did. And then I want to bring up a point that comes back to you.
7 out of 10. I thought it was going to be better. I thought that they really just launched from the beginning. Now, that said, the version that I thought I was summarizing had some songs on it that were pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
One that I thought was like a 2.5, another one that was like a 4, I'll just say. And then there's a couple 6s. But, yeah, I'm going a little bit too long.
But like the Spotify album.
The Spotify version is better than what I thought, because it has everybody on it. And that brings it up. And then so now I see like where the 7.5 is coming from. So mine that I reviewed 6 to 5 to 7. 7.5 for the one we reviewed.
For the Spotify.
Yeah.
I feel you. So, earlier on, you said something, there's like this song that was fine, but it was like 5.5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, way too long. Darlin',
okay. And I said overall, overall this album suffers from what a lot of albums in the 90s suffered from.
Yeah.
Artists were suddenly given a medium that allowed them to put a lot more information on, and that gave them more songs, more time for songs.
They were not limited by a cassette track,
or like the side of a record. You know what I mean? So it was like they suddenly had. They could have like a 2-hour album. You know what I mean? They could put all 20 songs on that they were thinking about on there, and I think this album suffers from that a little bit.
When was Injustice for All released?
In the 80s, 88.
Did they have CDs then? Because
isn't that the very beginning?
Is that a fairly short album with a lot of long songs?
Yeah,
or I
think it's like 10, like
longer
10 songs. Yeah, 10 long songs.
Okay, go on.
But like it's that
they could do more. They were longer for maybe to its own.
Are we talking about Injustice for All?
No, we're back to Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, like there's everything. There's like a 9 or 10 track version of this album that would be like an 8 or a 9 for.
Oh sure, because there's 5 good songs on it.
You know what I'm saying?
And they are.
If you only included the ones that we gave 5 or up, you know what I mean?
The summary is greater. What is it? No, the album is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
For what it is, provenance, and and just because of what these songs did to culture at the time. And we're not discounting, obviously, because we actually went through this entire review without mentioning another band that should be mentioned with Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC?
NSYNC.
I think we did.
Maybe very briefly.
Yeah, but not like, we weren't comparing them.
Yeah. And so just like, but those two did something to the 90s. They added a certain zest to the 90s that would definitely be missing without them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You don't think of the 90s and not equate Backstreet Boys to some degree.
With 98 Degrees.
I've seen them live.
What?
Christmas special. Recently.
Even weirder.
Within the last 3 years. And I play on a soccer team, or did. He doesn't play anymore. With one of the Lachey's, Drew Lachey. Yeah.
Yeah?
True story.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a celebrity around these parts.
Oh, yeah. The left wingman on Nick Lachey's fucking brother's soccer team.
Over 30.
Over 30.
Made the finals this year.
Yeah, was he there?
We lost. No, he wasn't on the team this year. Yeah. COVID.
Oh, yeah. I guess that happened.
There's nothing. Like, he didn't get COVID or anything. I said COVID like it took him.
Well, I just assumed you were saying it's the COVID year.
It's gone.
Oh, no.
It's not. Okay. Yeah. Some of its parts. Album's greater.
Yeah. Sorry, cool. I liked it. I'm not gonna
Are you planning on ever like listening through it again like this? Would you? There's enough songs on it to just pick and choose from, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 good songs that are probably reusable at any given point. 5 good songs on this, generally great songs on the album, but 3. Which 3 are they? If you had to choose, maybe you had more, but give me 3.
If we go off the Spotify version, you definitely got to take Everybody. Backstreet's Back.
Yeah.
As Long as You Love Me. And I would probably do Quit Playing Games with My Heart.
Yep. Exact same 3. I don't think there's any room for argument there.
Yep. So I just picked that album, or I picked that album this week, the Backstreet Boys, for whatever reason. So your turn next week, Jeff. What?
I'm not entirely sure I know how to.
Or what do you want to do?
Even say the word. Grand Magus.
Okay.
Magus.
Okay.
Magus.
Okay.
Grand Magus. Triumph and Power. Album and
that's
is
the
a
name
song.
of the album.
Triumph and Power.
The album is Triumph and Power. Okay. Okay.
Which you also recently introduced me to, and
hey,
I like them. I've listened to a lot of their stuff now.
Yeah.
We were talking about how we should easily choose the albums that we're going to end up reviewing, but this one was hard for me. It has 2 good songs on it that I know exist and are great.
That's fine.
But they
have other good songs.
They have other great songs.
I
There's
feel
a lot of good stuff.
We can do it another time.
I'm very excited to do them, though, in general. Just, them.
Great.
Explore them a little bit more, because I don't know the history necessarily.
I feel you. Okay.
So we'll uncover that
so you got some
in
homework.
the next release.
You've got some homework. I've got some listening.
Yep.
You've got some listening and homework.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I feel ya. That should be fun. That was a good song. Or that Triumph and Power was a good song.
Yeah.
And they had a couple other good songs.
Kingslayer's really good.
Oh, we'll find out.
It's not on the album. All right. Thanks for joining us. And as usual, hit the subscribe button. Slap that bell. Make sure you get the latest Mastering Mediocrity. You got to do it.
No.
The people are expecting it.
No, you don't.
You really don't have to.
I don't think so. But I am glad we saved it to the very end.
Just because you'll just be thinking about how silly it
the whole
sounds to
time,
ask for that.
You're saying hit that subscribe button. Hit that ring-a-ding-ling.
We should do it because it's Backstreet Boys. We should do it.
Everybody
subscribe to our shit.
Yeah.
Mr.
Ring the bell.
Edit that shit out.
Don't keep it in.
All right.
Tell our editor to keep it in.
Yeah. As I look into the mirror. There's our editor.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get to them at some point as well.
Oh yeah. That's not even their mask.
It's just similar in provenance.
All right.
It's time to end this night. It's
right.
been a good one.
All right. Farewell. Definitely kick